Who is the best MLS SuperDraft pick of all time? The singular one. We're starting with you, Doyle, old man MLS. Sorry, I've been waiting to say that all show. Who is the best SuperDraft pick of all time, in your opinion?
Omar Gonzalez. Omar was the third pick in the 2009 MLS SuperDraft, right into the starting lineup. They made, I think, 4 MLS Cups in the next 6 years. They won 3 of them. They won 2 Supporter Shields as well. He was multiple-time best 11. He was a Defender of the Year. And then in his mid-20s, they sold him for 7 figures. Just check every single box. And then after coming back to MLS, he helped lead Toronto to a runner-up in the 2019 MLS Cup. Nobody has ever given a team more in terms of titles and year after year performance than what Omar gave to the Galaxy over the course of his first 7 years.
Dave, the best MLS SuperDraft pick of all time. You're following up Omar Gonzalez. Where are you going?
I'm going to go with someone who didn't do it maybe for that club the whole time, but Jozy Altidore, taken in the second round of the 2006 draft, goes on, scores 15 goals as a teenager, the youngest goal scorer in MLS playoff history when he did it for the Metro Stars and the Red Bulls. Then he gets sold for $10 million, which changes the stratosphere of how MLS is viewed, what young players can do coming out of MLS, going overseas. And he proceeds to be the greatest center forward in U.S. soccer history. He's going to set a lot of records and end in the top 5 in goal scoring and assists and all these things, and hopefully even more if he can stay healthy. Then he comes back to MLS, wins MLS Cup for Toronto FC. I had him in my 25 greatest players in MLS history. If you draft a guy who is in that stratosphere in the second round as a teenager in a year in which no one around them really even gets taken or has any sort of success in their career, that, to me, is nailing it on the head, and Jozy Altidore is the greatest MLS SuperDraft pick.
I am going to go with Chad Marshall. He comes into this crew team that has a MLS best defender in Chad Marshall, and from the very beginning is essentially an every game starter and makes 253 appearances for the club over basically a decade, wins 3 Shields, wins an MLS Cup, is a 2-time Defender of the Year, is basically the best defender in MLS history on MLS merits of all time. Probably should have the Defender of the Year award named after him. I don't care that you took him with the second overall pick. It doesn't matter. You made the exact right decision for your club, and a decision that a lot of clubs have biffed over the years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, nobody else has got a Chad Marshall. There are a lot of incredible center backs in the SuperDraft that have come out. I mean, you got to go back and look at the names. There are none better in MLS terms than Chad Marshall when it comes to winning individual awards, which he didn't care about clearly. He always poo-pooed it, never wanted to talk about himself. But more importantly, winning things for his club and being absolutely rock solid, consistent throughout, and coming back, by the way, from some major injuries and doing it too. So he is the definition of what you would like to get out of the SuperDraft. To go back to what you were saying, Doyle, point is you can get players out of the SuperDraft. Next Thursday, January 21st, got to scout them right, got to have them in the right situation, 2 p.m. Eastern. We will take you through the entire first round.